Ben, welcome back.
Thank you.
It feels like we haven't seen you in so long. But
yeah, it's been a while.
you've been busy.
I have, yeah. I haven't been slacking off.
You've been making magic in the studio, I
appreciate
hope.
that. Yeah.
Are you excited to debut what you've been working on?
Absolutely buzzing, yeah. Obviously, it's great to kind of be away in the studio and getting to work with the people I've worked with, but to actually get out and play it live, I feel as a musician, it's kind of something you want to do, play live. So yeah, I'm absolutely itching to get out there and play.
You're not too worried that you've been away for too long? Your fans still hanging around there? They've been hounding you?
Yeah, they have been. They've been persistent, but they've been great support for me ever since the show. And they just really want to hear something. They're as excited as I am, and that's great as well to hear. All the support that we've had on social media and everywhere else. So yeah, we're all excited for it. We all want to hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the single, Second Hand Heart, with Kelly Clarkson. Could you get a bigger name to be on your second single?
Not bad. It's not bad as a first shout, is it? Yeah, just blown away by the fact she's actually on there. But I think with her kind of being, a previous winner of like a TV talent show contest, I think 2002 she won American Idol. And having kind of stepped away from that as well, she's kind of an artist in her own right. So it was amazing to have her on the track.
Well, how did it come about? Because it's not like she's just someone hanging around.
No, she went just knocking about outside.
Yeah.
No, we just asked her to jump on the track. No, we recorded it as a solo track out in LA when we were out there. Got back to the UK and we were just having kind of a listening party in the label. And a few of the tracks we thought maybe would lend themselves to being a duet just because of the lyrics to them. So that was one of them. Kelly Clarkson's name was thrown out there and I was like, if we can make this happen, please make it happen. So we sent her the track and she loved it by all accounts. So that was it, really.
You were a Kelly Clarkson fan, because I remember when I met her, I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
I love Catch My Breath and Trouble with Love Is. I was fangirling.
Yeah, I missed to know it all, and that's I admit, I do, her voice for me is just insane, the power that she's got in it, and yeah, it was, to have Kelly on there was an honour, yeah.
Well, so they flew out to America to do this album. What was it like? Because, a guy driving his van around in the UK to, being rushed off to one of the most amazing places in the world.
It was slightly different, to Croydon, to be brutally honest with you. But I think really since kind of coming off the show, I found it hard to believe what's happened to me, and to be able to kind of go out there and I work with some amazing people here in the UK as well, but to be able to go out to LA and America just generally, where so many of my sort of favourite bands have come from, it's inspirational to go out there.
Who are your favourite bands?
Well, I'm a big fan of AC/DC and all that stuff like that. But all the old rock bands, and there's so much, blues and stuff as well. Really, is kind of that is where it comes from, the blues and stuff.
Does that influence the sound that we're going to be hearing from you? Because the Second Hand Heart, what would you kind of call that? What kind of music would you say?
I suppose it's pop. You can't steer away from it. It is pop, but I think pop is kind of like an all-encompassing genre now. There's so many different sort of styles that go into that, and I think we've definitely gone on the sort of pop rock side of things. Something a bit more anthemic. So yeah, I'd say it's pop rock.
So is that how the album is going to be sounding? Is it very similar?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's in that sort of vein. Obviously, coming off the show and having Something I Need as the first single, that was kind of a big moment for me, and that sound sort of captured a lot of what I wanted to capture. So we've got, I'd say half the album is that sort of style. And we've also tried to push the boat out a bit and do some ballads and some other stuff to surprise people, hopefully.
Got to be a ballad on the album.
Yeah, it's got to be, yeah.
Ballads. Love a ballad. We can't escape, obviously, the fact that you are the X Factor winner. And we've got X Factor happening this year, so I can't not talk to you about this year's contestants. Who are we loving? Who are we thinking is going to win it?
It's a tough call, man. The talent this year is ridiculous. I think the girls and the boys category particularly are doing really well. But at the moment, I wouldn't really want to champion anyone, I don't think. But
really?
I mean, some people that have surprised me was Mason Noyes, and his Judges Houses audition was insane. And I think anybody that sort of was questioning why he was on the show beforehand, I think after seeing that, he's definitely earned his place there.
Controversial though, isn't it?
Yeah, totally, but it's it's good to have a bit of controversy on the show as well, I think. It's a good thing, and like I say, anyone who was sort of, for me, anyone who questioned why he was back on the show, to see him do that at Judges Houses was unbelievable. So. Have
you spoken much to Simon during the whole album making process? Has he had much input into your sound?
I think more so on the feedback of stuff. It's not like he's been sitting in the studios and kind of playing any of the backing or doing anything like that. But he's,
I wish he had.
So do I. So do I. I'm sure he can play a mean guitar. But he's kind of always been there. He hears the songs when they come back in, and obviously gives his opinions and stuff on that as well, which is great to have from someone who's been in the industry as long as he has. So.
And obviously the video we've seen now for Second Hand Heart with Kelly. Did you guys get to film it together, or was it done at separate times?
The video we filmed together. We didn't
Okay.
vocal the track together, but I got to go out to Nashville and kind of, we were out there for 4 days and got to actually film with her and meet her and everything. So it was, yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
And we saw your girlfriend quite a bit when you were on the X Factor.
Yeah.
How is she kind of dealing with fame now and having to share her boyfriend? Because
yeah, in some respects, she doesn't have to share me with anyone. But in the respect of, it's tough, I think for anybody kind of being in the limelight and for your partner to kind of have to deal with that, But we've been together for a long, long time, and we've been through enough stuff, We're strong enough as we are, and we're all just so excited about the music at the moment, the album and everything, and everyone's so looking forward to all that coming out. So we're not really concentrating on much else.
is fame very different to how you imagined it?
Do you know, in some respects it is, yeah, but I don't know whether I've experienced fame yet, do you know what I mean? I've been locked in studios and writing music,
Hey, it
so...
doesn't get bigger than X Factor
Yeah,
when it comes to fame.
totally that. But I think, to actually kind of be out there and, to be going to these parties and all these other stuff, that people do at the moment. My main focus has been on trying to get the songs together. So, once we're out there on tour and stuff, we'll have a couple of drinks. But at the moment, I just wanted to concentrate on the music.
What do you miss about your old life?
The van, maybe. Yeah, but other than that, nothing really. I've still got the same mates around me. I've still got the same family. It's just my life, but better. Do you know what I mean? So I don't miss anything because I haven't really left anything behind, I suppose.
Okay, that's a nice answer.
Yeah.
When are we going to hear the album? When is it coming?
It is available to pre-order now.
Okay.
But it drops on November the 13th. So yeah.
That's going to be a good one to hear.
Yeah, I can't wait. I really can't wait myself.
Is
so
it
I'm probably more excited than anyone else.
Is it how you wanted it to sound? Is it the sound that you always imagined when you went into the recording studio? That was what the sound you were going to produce?
Do you know what? In some respects, no. And that's a really cool thing for me, to kind of go in there with one idea of maybe how I wanted it to sound, and then to work with a load of other people, and to get a lot of other input, and for the sound almost to kind of change as we wrote more songs, and to kind of, it slowly developed into what it is now. So I don't think, I went in with a kind of a strong idea of what I wanted, and I think that working with people, it kind of changed my own mind as to what I wanted, So it's been a learning curve for me really, but it's been so cool.
And are there any other collaborations apart from Kelly? We've obviously got, she's a big name to have.
Yeah, if that's the only one I've got, it's not a bad one. But there's no one else kind of vocaling on the tracks. There's no other artists doing any other sort of duets. But as I say, getting to work with people like Amy Wadge, who co-wrote with Ed Sheeran, Thinking Out Loud, and obviously people like J.R. Rotem, Julian Bonetta, just the calibre of people that I've been working with. Really, it feels like I've kind of duetted on every song. Really.
Well, I always like to ask all artists who their dream collaborations are, because everyone always wants to know what could happen in the future. So for you, who is it? It's
tough at the moment. I really like the idea of maybe something with Rudimental or Disclosure, because I just think that they bring a really, really good vibe to the artists that they work with. And again, kind of in the exploration phase, that's not sort of a style that I've done, and I'd really like to kind of work with one of those guys, really.
I've heard a lot about you turning down a song that Ed Sheeran had written for you.
Yeah.
How do you turn down Ed Sheeran?
That's the thing. Well, he just came up to the door with his song, and we said, no, that's not good enough. No,
Stand in his face.
Yeah, it was. It's not a decision we took lightly. It's really not a decision we took lightly. And when Ed Sheeran offers you a song, it's something you have to think about. But at the place we were at the time, we had the shape of the album, and the song came to us quite late, and I think it didn't really fit what we were trying to do. It didn't really fit on the album, and would have felt maybe slightly out of place. So it's either a brave or stupid decision, really. But for me, it was the right decision, just because purely it wouldn't have fitted on the album. We didn't just want to take something, as an amazing writer as he is, we didn't just want to say, Ed Sheeran's written you this song, it's on the album. If it didn't fit, it didn't fit. So
yeah. Is there any more talk then in possibly working with him in the future? Because obviously you did Thinking Out Loud on the show, which even he admits you helped to boost it up the charts.
Yeah, but anyone could have sung that. It was to get to sing with him, to get to duet with him on the stage again was it's one of those pinch yourself moments, really. But I'd love to get in the studio with him. I'd love to get in the studio and work with him. But he's a busy lad at the moment, and we've got an album to promote. So fingers crossed.
Is there any talk then of any other artists you could be working with? Because there's always...
Yeah, there's stuff about us, but at the moment we've just kind of finished up. Obviously we've done the single, we've just finished up on the album, so there's no, writing really, I'm going to take a break for that for a minute and just try and get out there and push out what we've got. So if anyone wants to jump on the stage with me, they're more than welcome, but we just want to concentrate on getting the songs out there now.
And I did ask some of your fans when I said I was coming to speak to you today, and the one thing they wanted to know was about your tattoo. They wanted to know whether it was finished and what was going on with it. See, I don't know all this stuff. I should
not
get
at all.
clued up on your tattoos.
No, it's fine. It's not big news. There's other things happening in the world.
This is what they wanted to know about, was your tattoo. So tell me what's going on with the tattoo and if it's finished?
It's nearly. I'm just going to get Simon Cowell's face there, and I love so. No, I'm just trying to get it finished off at the moment. Obviously, in between what we're doing at the moment, it's busy. It's busy to try and get time. It's difficult to try and get time to fit it in, but no, it's not finished yet. Okay. But it is going to be completed hopefully within the next couple of months.
They will be happy that I asked that one.
Big news.
And are you kind of optimistic about where the future's heading? Because you've got Fleur, who came second in the show, also coming out with new music around the same time. Are you worried about going head to head with her at all?
No, not really. I just think that it's not a head to head for a start, because the two musical, the music styles we're doing are so completely different. I think there's obviously overlap from the fans from the X Factor, which is great for both of us to have that support. But not at all in competition-wise. We're both kind of fairly small fish going into this, this big pond now, and there's plenty of other people to worry about. So I think it's nice to actually kind of have a friend who's in the charts at the same time, and someone who's starting their career at the same time as me. So we still talk, man. Yeah. There's no animosity between us at all. Yeah.
No, I hope so. Well, good luck with the single.
Thank you.
And with the album, of course.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing that. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks a lot.